Hey everyone, just wanted to share a quick video. I'm making a card using the Palm Paradise stamp set. It's got this beautiful parrot here. I've stamped and cut out a parrot, and I'm going to show you that soon. And it has all of these wonderful leaves. You can see here I've taken a post-it sticky note and I've stamped it and trimmed around it to make a mask. So here I stamped this bigger leaf, and then I put my mask on top to cover it up, and then I stamped the leaf again, and then stamped this one here, stamped that one there. You can make multiple masks, but that way you can get your overlapping and add depth to your cards by, you know, layering your leaves without getting the lines all over them. So I'm just going to quickly show a little bit of coloring here. I've made a card before. This is showing the parrot all colored in beautiful bright colors, and the way that I've colored some of these leaves. So I'm going to do some more coloring on this one. So I've got the citrus blend, citrus green, light green, and dull green. I like the citrus green, is really nice and bright and quite fresh for these palmy leaves. And so I tend to start at the tips of these long leaves and then pull them back, flicking it back to the base. And each time I color these leaves, I seem to do it a little bit differently. But I'm going into the darker one now, and then going from the base of that palm leaf and flicking it back the other way so that they kind of blend into each other. And I think that just makes a simple way. So that's just nice and quick, and yet that leaf is colored in really nicely. Okay, this one here, I'm going to go to the light green. I'm going to start with the mid-tone and come from the tips, the outer tips, back towards the center a little bit. And you can go from light to dark or from dark to light, depending on what you want to play with. Have a try. And I'm getting the darker shade and pulling that back out from the center to the outer rims of the leaves. So these ones I'm going from dark in the center out towards light on the outside. Oops, gone over the edge there. Okay, I'm going to take the dull green now and go with the lightest shade on this back leaf. I'm going to just color some of this section like that. I'm not going to do the whole thing. And then I'm coming to the mid-tone and blending it from the outer to the back toward the center vein. I'm going to add a little bit more of this lighter shade. Now where the leaf would tuck in underneath, I'm going to do the darker shade because it's got shadow underneath that leaf. So that's a way that you can sort of layer your leaves, put some shadows in, and brighten it up. So I've stamped a thanks there. This is just a basic value card, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then what I've done is we have a new thin cut shape for this ladybird, and so, or ladybug it's called. And so I've taken this thin cut here, and I've cut it out in craft cardstock to make a ring. I've put a foam shaker window ring on it. I'm not going to actually put the window on and turn it into a shaker. Could very well easily do that. I've put some foam dots, but you can see that I've got a parrot there and I've layered him. And then this is the other, like the other shaker window thin cut from an older set. But what I'm going to do is just quickly show you how I, where I did the cuts for the parrot. So you can see that I've fussy cut around him, and then I've come in and along this line here, just make a split there along his wing. And then I've come up the bottom of the tail. There's not a lot of room there, so you've got to be careful not to cut his tail off. But if you do cut the tail, then you can mount it behind that anyway. But I'm trying to make this into, you know, like one of those bird stands. I've got a piece here that I'm going to adhere down when I get this into place the way I want it to, and then I'll trim the bottom off. But so I've made these cuts, and let's just say you were sitting on this ring like that one. So I'm going to tuck the wing, the split there, and then I want to bring his foot over as well, so that the back of the tail is over the ring, so you can see that he's sitting on it, and it makes it look more like you can angle him so that his feet are on there. I suppose you could get really technical if you wanted to and put the back claw behind it so it looks like he's really perched on there. So you can play around with that, and then you've got your bird in your ring, so I can colour that one later. So I want to have him, I've got my leaves on the bottom corner here, and that on its own is a really pretty card, but I wanted to have my bird and have a nice tropical feeling behind him. And this actually would make a really cool shaker. But I've got foam dots there, so I want to make this the stem of his stand. So I'll just quickly just make some little pencil marks there, so I know. Actually, I'm going to run a very soft line, rub it a little bit lighter, so that I can just put some adhesive down here. I could put it just on the back of that cardstock strip. Oh, my Tombow doesn't want to work. Oh, there we go, there's a little bit. It's nice and strong, so it should hold it fine. And so I'm going to stick that strip there. And trim it off from the back, so that it's flush with the bottom of my card. And then I can put my ring there. See, I've moved it over a little bit further. I'm going to ease it back a bit. And that's a good thing, when the glue, before it actually sets, you can move it a little bit. It's getting close to the edge. So now I'm going to peel back my foam, release paper, and you could put splatters on this card just to you know, break the white background. Maybe I should quickly do that actually. I've got a scrap piece of paper here, and I think I'm going to use, let's see, what have I got here? I have a Peacock somewhere, dashboard, here we go. I have a Shimmerbrush that I filled up previously with re-inker. I'm just going to cover some of my leaves and hope that this will give me some splatters. Squeeze it out onto this block. So this will give me that nice splatter background, and it will also give me a little bit of shimmer and shine in it, because it was a clear shimmer brush to start with, so it's still got that glitter element in there. Take my mask off, and then I'm ready to put the ring there. And just stick it down, so that, because it's on foam, it's given me a little bit of dimension, and it casts a little bit of a shadow. So that's the way it's come out. Bring it up a bit closer so you can see the detailing in the leaves, or the shading. Thanks for watching.